miles per hour, only going one direction. And so if our inflow intensifies, this could become a strong tornado if it does drop. But we still have a debris signature north of
And we
Laconia,
are
but it is
back.
a lake tornado.
Things are getting wild again, guys. What's going on out here?
And then the one southeast of Laconia is...
We have a tornado on the ground coming towards Minneapolis. Kind of a big deal here.
Hey Max, I would support a PDS tornado warning for the storm
Looks
north
like
of
we
Laconia.
have
It's
a
the
tornado coming
north of
right
Laconia. Even if
into
there's a
southern
CC drop, which
Minneapolis
looks to
here.
be, it is still capable of getting a tornado warning or a PDS tornado warning with a radar indicated tag, but I do hope they upgrade it to an observed radar indicated tag or PDS tag.
All right, thank you, Riley, for the update. So there is a possibility, especially if we get a much more definitive CC drop, that there will likely be a PDS tornado warning here west of Minneapolis. Again, we're going to have to wait and see what the velocities look like in the CC on the next scan or two, but the confidence is building that this is almost undoubtedly a significant tornado, or it is...
Yeah, this thing is violent, guys. Holy smokes. This is not good.
Down near Augusta still looks really strong.
This is a violent tornado for sure. This is a very strong tornado near St. Boniface.
Looks pretty concerning. Look at how this thing is
We have a
wrapping.
very, very strong rotation signature there.
Strong inflow and also a hook echo. They have continued this as a confirmed tornado warning for now. The inflow is awfully strong right now, and then we have a hook echo.
Holy smokes, not good. Not good. Not good at all.
Keep in mind, this is still on a lake. It's on a lake. It is not over ground, at least on this radar scan. It's now over ground.
Yeah, we had a violent signature there. Previous scan. This thing is getting really strong here.
It's picking up water, fish, whatever it might be.
Very strong rotation, guys. Very strong.
That is on the ground still. This tornado warning has not been upgraded, but we do have a
This is EF2 plus strength. This is a very strong tornado on the ground here near St. Boniface. Holy smokes, guys. Not good, not good, not good.
Approaching Augusta right now. The velocities are still very strong as well. So, again,
we are literally right on top of the radar site here, too. Yeah. This is very strong. It's EF2 plus strength here.
This is a very concerning trend.
Very powerful tornado. And it's heading right towards Minneapolis.
The velocities are much weaker down to the south. So really the main two couplets that we have right now is the one southwest of Victoria and the other one just south of Ministra. We got another radar scan coming up here in just
where's old Max yet? Maximum velocities.
There is camera confirmation that the tornado north of Laconia is on the ground.
Yeah, 100% it's on the ground. Definitely on the ground.
As well. So we do have
let me get out Google Maps so we can pinpoint this location here.
Not only via correlation coefficient, but also via just camera feeds and storm spotters.
St. Bonifacius. That's a weird name.
So on top of it being verified by radar, it's obviously
you don't hear that town every day.
Via other cameras as well. This is the latest.
So this tornado just came out of Lake Laconia, and it's just made landfall again here near Lake Town Parkway, and it's heading eastbound towards Indianapolis. And this is a strong one, guys. Not a weak tornado. This is a strong tornado. I'm surprised they haven't PDS warned this yet, because this is a very strong tornado, and it's on the ground. This is a violent tornado. This is not a normal tornado, guys. You need to find a basement immediately if you're in track of this thing. This is a very strong tornado.
The tornado that's been on the ground for the last few minutes has been located near Augusta. We also have another
very strong tornado here.
Southwest of Chaska, and there may be another area of weaker rotation west of Jordan. That's
oh my God, this is bad. This is really bad.
This is by far, though, again, the most concerning storm. We do have a tornado down south of St. Boniface. This just came off of Lake Laconia.
Extremely strong tornado here.
That is moving towards Boulder Bridge, Victoria, Shorewood, Oaks, and as well as the Minnewasta Manor. Those are some of those communities here just outside of Spring.
Yeah, this is a really strong tornado.
So you need to be in your safe place. We still have a large hook echo and a very strong inflow going to the storm. It is coming up towards Minneapolis here. So get ready if you're in Minneapolis. We may get tornado warnings over there if this trend continues. As
a really strong signature here. And I mean, this thing's clearly on the ground. We're seeing all the way up to pink, almost white on our NROT. So this is pretty much a violent tornado at this point. And everybody needs to take shelter immediately if you're in track of the storm here.
And we still have rotation just south of 212 and 61. Still some rotation south of Victoria.
Yeah, we have an absolutely devastating area of damage being done right here.
Right now, or Minnetrista, south of Spring Park.
Yeah, we have debris. We also have debris. So this thing's literally lofting debris up into the air right now. We are looking this at 450 feet. So we're basically looking at this thing on the ground right here. This is damage right off the top of the ground here. This is damage being loft, debris being lifted up in the air right here. We got this big inflow notch here, and it's just coming in here and wrapping around right here. This is a big deal here. This is extremely important. You guys take shelter. And we're about to lose view of this thing, by the way. This is... We're literally getting cut off right here. This is the edge of the tornado, right? This is moving in on the radar site. There's a radar site. And this is coming into southern Minneapolis. This is a very, very populated area.
The bottom middle camera is going to be...
I'm going to have to grab another radar site. Hey, what's going on, Shadow Milk Cookie? Welcome back, everybody. I guess I ate dinner and I came back to the computer and we have a violent tornado on the ground. Not good, guys. I just turned up the stream like 15 minutes ago, but we're back. Yeah, but not back for a good reason, that is, because, yeah, we have a violent tornado on the ground here. I mean, we're having some really high velocity signatures on this thing, so expect up to like EF2 plus damage. You do not want to be in a mobile home or camper. You must find a sturdy structure. If you live anywhere out here, southeast of violent, Bonifacius. Yeah, it's definitely PDS criteria for sure. Let me pull up Max here. I have him here somewhere. Yes, this is right now. This is live. We got a violent tornado on the ground heading towards Minneapolis. It's kind of a ways out, but it's heading in that direction. It just got taken off the radar here, our velocities. This is where our tornado is right here. This is where it's touching down on the ground here. And this is really low to the ground. We're seeing this at 200 feet, right? This is literally like right off the ground. We're seeing this tornado very close to the radar. Yeah, we don't have all of our velocity scans on it now, but we still got the main velocity scans though. I lost my NROT though. We can't see the NROT. It's too close to the radar. Let me get out our Google Maps again because I want to let everybody know where this is coming from or where it's going to exactly.
This is 100% a strong tornado.
Yeah, this is violent tornado. So this thing's moving along. Where's Victoria?
So again, just north of Victoria,
this thing's moving along quick too. It just came out of the lake. It's hitting another lake. Literally, it's going through Lake Auburn now and Cedar Lake, it looks like, just north. The tornado is like right on top of Cedar Lake right now, heading eastbound. This is heading into a very, very populated area near Arboretum Boulevard, Parkview Lane. All these houses, you guys need to be in a basement immediately. This is a strong tornado. If you don't have a basement, go into your bathroom with no windows. Get in a bathtub, throw a bunch of blankets and pillows and mattress on top of you, whatever you can do. Because this thing is on the stronger end of things.
to the radar site, so it's going to get a lot harder to see on this radar.
We can still see it, though. We still see the velocity couplet right here.
Here's the latest radar scan. Still have
like, I have no 380 view saying we're so close to this radar, like, it's chopping the storm in half, right?
Latest scan still showing a strong tornado over Highway 7. That is a huge debris signature. Again, we got a strong tornado in progress right now near Boulder Bridge.
It's a violent tornado, 100%.
If you're in this tornado warning, if that's a storm shelter, that's where you got to be. Basement.
Look, this is our debris ball now.
This is a big tornado right now near Boulder Bridge, Minnesota, and that's again a community.
Very condensed ball of debris right here. This is the damage it's doing right here. This is like pieces of houses and stuff right here. It's northeast of Victoria now. I mean, this is literally the tornado. It's showing up as the hail core. This is our tornado right here. That is our tornado on the ground right there, just northeast of Victoria.
The debris field here, if we just go from, west to east here, it's almost a mile wide with this debris field. Doesn't mean the tornado's a mile wide, but it does mean that we have
so it's cruising along near Park. It's heading right into this neighborhood here, just north of Arboretum Boulevard here. It's crossing Rolling Acres. Anybody near Rolling Acres, you need to be in your basement immediately.
If this thing keeps going, it's going to be coming up
That's still, we have a huge debris signature. It still has a huge debris signature. It's still moving through. It's hitting a bunch of houses now. It's right in between Victoria and Shorewood. Right here in the middle, we see our debris signature. Still on the ground doing a lot of damage. We still have our velocity couplet right here. Can't believe they didn't do a PDS warning on this. It's literally going through a bunch of houses right now.
I'm going to go more full cam just so you can see everything here. But again, this tornado is literally going over a very
So it's moving north along State Route 5, heading through Lake Minnewaska now. And it's going to be hitting down on the park on the east side of the Minnewaska Lake. We got a whole bunch of houses here right near Hazeltine Boulevard. This tornado's heading into the big subdivision near Hazeltine Boulevard, north of Holiday Inn Express. It's going to be crossing Hazeltine Boulevard here soon, 41, State Route 41. We still have a really large, we actually have 2 areas of velocities now. There might be 2 tornadoes. Looks like we might have 2, but we definitely have the 1 tornado here doing a lot of damage. Yeah, National Weather's literally right here. Let me find Max here. I got him on the...
This is again a large tornado that is currently moving towards Oak Terrace and Eden Prairie. So
got Max pulled up.
Your tornado action plan ready to go. If you're over near Bloomington, Eden Prairie, Richfield, or Minnetonka, because those are the areas that would eventually be in the path of this tornado. Just to the south.
So we got a cam on Victoria Drive right here. Looks like the wind's blowing pretty hard in Victoria Drive already. All right, this tornado is really close to the road up here north of 5. It looks like it might be going slightly north. Let's get our current location on this right now.
Go to velocities. We'll wait for that. All right, latest scan showing that tornado now over the south side of Shorewood Oaks. That is right over Lake Minnewaska. All right, so that's where this tornado is right now located. It's right over the lake.
It's heading north now.
For the velocities to update further south as well, because there may be some.
So yeah, it just passed over Hazeltine Boulevard.
We got another tornado trying to drop right now near Shakopee. We got another tornado trying to drop there. There's a tight couplet just to the south of the radar site.
So this thing, it's getting closer to State Route 7. It's south of Shorewood. It's really close to Excelsior. It looks like it's heading up northeast into Excelsior area.
South of Autumn Woods, this is going to be heading in the direction.
But yeah, it just went through the lakes here. We're really close to radar, so we have a really small signature. I mean, we're literally seeing this tornado at 150 feet, right? This is really close to the ground. You can see the circle that our radar's in right here. My goodness, guys. This is crazy. I can't believe this is happening right now. One crazy thing after another. We got another rotation up here by Orono as well. That's not even tornado warning. We got 2 more areas of rotation up here by Hamill and Plymouth as well. We got another area of rotation over here by Golden Valley. Holy smokes. Yeah, our very strong damaging tornadoes here. Just south of Shorewood. When's our lake? We haven't got an update here in a second. Oh my God. Wow. Right there. That's inside the tornado warning right there. Look at those winds blasting right there. That's really close to the tornado. Look at that sideways rain. Holy smokes. I don't know what the rating is. We're too close to the radar. I can't tell. If we go back out a bit here, let me pull it in here. This thing was violent, though. Let me go out when the NROT was still working. We go back here when it was back by Waconia. Let me turn on the NROT here. Yeah, this thing was going violent there. It was definitely EF2 plus strength there for a little bit. Right here it's rated at a 1.7. Yeah, 1.7. So it's a strong tornado, not very weak. Yeah, look, it went violent off and on here. Like, this is a very strong damaging tornado, but it's so close to the radar site. We lost the NROT, so you can only see just the velocity here. And you can see it on we can also see it on we can still see it on the velocities. Unless it gets any closer to the radar. We can see it here coming in. It's north of Victoria there. It's literally like almost right on top of the radar site. I think it's right here. We do have a second rotation back here. But I mean, we're literally seeing this. This is 100 feet off the ground. This is really close to the ground because we're so close to the radar site.
The tornado itself is so close to the radar site. I think the tornado on this northern storm is over high over right now. And it's about
you can watch the debris signatures. It's coming in here. There's our debris signature from the. This is all the damage it was doing and ripping stuff up, right? You can watch that blue spot as it comes in there. It's moving closer to the radar site. Right here. I believe this is where a tornado is. It's right here. I mean, it's probably in front of it now, right? Because it's our latest scan, but it's probably right in front of. This is all the debris that this is tearing up. It's in a very populated area. It looks like it's moved back down more south. Let me see its exact location now.
Metro area here over the next few minutes.
So this thing's moving along. Moving along State Route 5.
All right, here's the latest scan.
It's
Okay.
just northeast of Paisley Park, heading towards Lunds and Burley's Chanhassen. It's about to cross Powell's Boulevard. It's going to be hitting a very populated area here. Why did that just happen?
Minnetonka, Richfield, Bloomington, Eden Prairie. There literally could be a tornado down right now on the west side of Eden Prairie. We don't have a debris signature yet, but that is a tight couplet. That's near Dell Road and 78th Street, going towards Highway 5 and also 212.
So I passed through these lakes here.
Dewey Hill, Cal Hill, Indian Trails, Indian Hills, and Edina. So
yeah, it's right down in here. It's coming into these subdivisions here, just north of 5, the Augie Mueller Memorial Highway. There's a whole bunch of subdivisions here. It's past Hazeltine Boulevard. It's passing through all these houses here. It's probably almost to Lake Ann at this point. Trying to see, keep an eye on our debris ball there.
Seek shelter, get away from windows, get on the lowest floor possible, and get to an interior room of your home or building. This is no joke. Again, we got multiple tornadoes that are dropping right now, moving into the Twin Cities and also surrounding suburbs. If you have any friends or family inside of this large tornado warning or any of the...
We really don't have a view on this. I'm assuming it might still be on the ground.
It doesn't matter if you don't share my stream. I don't really care. Just make sure that they're awake. It is 12:36.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of rotation up here by Maple Grove.
We need to take this very seriously. The tornado warning does include 947,000 people, and there are multiple tornadoes that are currently dropping right now. So again, multiple tornadoes have been dropping over the last few minutes, and we are fully expecting that this tornado threat is going to
turn Max up a little bit more.
As this area of storms continues to track to the east. This is turning into a relatively dangerous situation with it being nighttime. Another velocity scan coming in. We're waiting for that.
Yeah, we have another couple of rotation right here by Glenwood. I don't see the tornado that just pulled into here. This was the latest few scans we had. I don't know if this lifted up or it's still on the ground. Do we have any mods in chat? Can somebody ban this guy, McGuinn FM? We're worried about storms right now. Max knows I use him. Looks like we have a little inflow notch right here. This could be where this other one's warned from. This is coming into Minneapolis here. We're literally coming into Minneapolis right now. We have multiple tornadoes that are on the ground here.
We got a broken line.
Why is Max freezing? Well, let me refresh him real quick.
And I'm not seeing anything super definitive. I see a little broad area of at least a little area of rotation south of Oak Terrace. That's just south of
Yeah, I can't ban people for some reason, Pamela. I don't know why I don't have controls on my own stream, but I can call my son and ask him to come in and ban that guy.
Can't really verify anything either. It does show a CC drop.
We're seeing multiple areas of rotation.
And then further to the south, just to the southeast of Shakopee going towards Glendale, there's also an area of rotation here that may try to drop a tornado as that tracks to the east. So we still have like 3 definitive areas of rotation right now. 1, 2, and then 3. Those are the main areas that we're looking at. There will likely be other ones that develop here over the next few minutes.
Okay, so we're starting to pick up some velocities on the NROT here on the other side of the radar, but nothing closer than that. I don't know if they're still on the ground or not. It's hard to say because we're literally right on top of the radar site.
Stronger inflow here near Minnetonka may bow out a little bit more, and there may be a slightly more elevated tornado threat heading towards the St. Paul area. So we need to keep an eye on this northern segment of storms here.
I can't see any signatures of any tornadoes on the ground. Now let's check the debris signatures again.
Coming in right now. Yeah, if you're in any of the pink polygons, you need to be in your safe place. Doesn't matter where you are in them. At this point, it doesn't matter. We have, again, multiple tornadoes that have been dropping over the last few minutes. The latest velocity scan is coming in right now. We'll be able to verify if there's anything on the ground here in 2 seconds. But again, we could literally see tornadoes anywhere.
I don't know if we might be having a little bit of a debris signature here. It's hard to say. I don't even know if we have any more tornadoes on the ground right now.
On the ground or even near on the ground. Further to the south, we have a tight couplet back over near Brewer. So this is likely.
Holy smokes! Yeah, I just went and ate dinner, and I came back. Just ended the stream, like what, 15 minutes ago. Came back. I was watching Max. It's like, oh my God, there's tornadoes on the ground. Yeah, if we go back, we go ways back here. We can't really tell because it's right on top of the radar site. It may not be on the ground anymore. But yeah, we had a violent tornado here south of Bonifice, just right here. It was moving in east here. You can see how strong this thing was. It actually went violent there for a bit. Like, this thing was absolutely strong as can be. I mean, you can see our big inflow notch where it's coming and spinning around. Came in on our radar site here. We watch it coming in. See, I lost the NROT right there. That's the NROT only goes in this close to the radar. We can still see our velocities here. We can still see where the tornado is. And we do have a debris signature. We can watch it here. You can see where the debris signature is showing up here. We can watch it as we go in further. We still have the debris signature here and here. A lot of houses got hit so far. Yep, I mean, we have a huge debris signature at this point. I think this might have lifted up. This tornado might have lifted up. But yeah, we still have our debris signature. We still have our velocity couplet. And I think it lifted up shortly after it came into the radar site.
Hopefully everybody's staying safe there on the roadways.
I don't see it now. And we got areas of rotation all over still.
Showing our strongest area of rotation west of Glendale. That is the main area of rotation that I'm seeing on radar. Everything else looks to be
Glendale.
I'm seeing mostly wind right now near Eden Prairie.
Where's Glendale?
Area. But right now, the main area of rotation is going to be north of Prior Lake.
Yeah, I mean, we do have an area of rotation there. We got an inflow notch right in here. We got some high velocities right in here. Let's take a 3D scan, see if we can see anything. I don't trust these storms at all. We might have some more spin ups as it comes into Minneapolis. I mean, we're so close to radar. I can't even get a 3D view.
Back over west of Chanhassen is going to be allowed to expire near Victoria. That one was the observed tornado warning. We have a large radar indicated tornado warning once again for Minneapolis and Bloomington. The main area of
I can't believe they didn't PDS warn this.
It's north of Prior Lake. It's on the very southern end of this tornado warning. Everything else is mostly damaging winds.
That was 100% a PDS warning for sure. They only gave it radar confirmed.
Ends up kind of bowing out a little bit more.
I think it picked up. Like right here, I'm seeing some strong rotation right here by Shakopee. But I'm not seeing anything on the velocity scans.
If you have any friends or family in the air anywhere near Twin Cities, make sure that they're staying away.
Yeah, you guys know anybody in these areas, call them for sure, like Max is saying, because it's 12:44 at night, right? in these towns, this is very, very, very populated. It's heading into Minneapolis. A lot of these people might be asleep, so you might want to give them a call, wake them up. Tell them to get in their safe spots. Yep, basement. If you don't have a basement, get in your bathtub and put a mattress on top of you and lay down.
A storm shelter, a closet, an interior room that might be a bathroom, could be an interior closet.
A room with no windows, innermost room.
As many walls as you possibly can. Get to the most interior room of that home or building right now.
Amen, brother.
Obviously, if you're in a mobile home, it's kind of too late to get to a sturdy structure, but a ditch is an option, especially if we do have a tornado, because again,
ditches do work. You know, I actually saw some people. The truck was flipped over, upside down, and the people were literally in the ditch there with their dog. True story. Reed Timmer pulled up on them. They were sitting in a ditch with their truck flipped over, and Reed picked them up and drove them to town. In Bathwater.
Maybe a small area of convergence there, southwest of Bloomington.
We got a little couplet right here. Look at this. This might be another spin up happening right here. This shows up in the end route too. I think we got another little spin up happening right here.
Obviously, things can change, and
oh yeah, but we got some rotation right here as well.
A very close eye on this in case something does drop. It was much stronger right before it got into this tornado warning, but still a few areas of at least weak.
So I'm expecting to see some more spin ups in the front of the storm here.
As this continues to move east.
I'm thinking we might have a noodle coming out of the storm here, possibly. Look at these winds, bro. We got just a big line of winds coming with this storm as well.
It's a good place to be right now if you're in the tornado warning. If you have a tub too, I mean, if you have a tub, you have a mattress, helmet, whatever, put that over top of you.
You get in a tub with a mattress on top of you when your walls fall down on top of you. The mattress keeps your walls from smashing you. Or if like a tree falls on top of your house, on top of your walls, at least you'll be in your tub with a mattress on top of you, right? And then when emergency services comes, you'll be safe with a mattress on top of you protecting you. Even though you'll be trapped in your bathtub, but you got to take your cell phone in the bathtub with you.
Mostly just gusty winds at this line. Low chance of a tornado there in western Wisconsin. Tornado warning has been.
I don't think we need to go to the extremes right at the moment because I don't see any strong. I mean, I think we're going to see another spin up happen right here. I don't see anything strong enough to destroy a house right now. This one was back here. It was extremely strong. Before it got back in Victoria, it was strong enough to destroy a house, but I don't see anything that strong right now. Back here, it was really strong and violent.
Latest velocity scan showing broader rotation down near Glendale. That's going into Savage and Burnsville.
Yeah, it was strong for a while, but I don't think we have anything that strong right now.
Nothing further to the north right now other than wind. And maybe near Plymouth we might have a little area of rotation developing, but probably not.
Thing is we got to be ready to take shelter again because it's just literally inside southern Minneapolis right now. This whole storm.
And those are the kinds of things that could end up producing.
You're in South Minneapolis, Death Style?
That forms further to the east and kind of attaches here to our outflow boundary.
Yeah, I mean, this storm's pulling in. It's still tornado warning, but I can't confirm any tornadoes down at the moment. This area down here looked a little concerning. Yeah, down here by Prior Lake. We got a little bit of rotation down in here.
This now officially classifies as a tornado outbreak, by the way.
We got a good bit of rotation here by Barden as well.
I don't know. I think we just had 4 or 5 different tornadoes just west of Minneapolis.
Right now, if we're going to have any tornado, the way it looks, it's probably going to be on the weaker end of things.
6, 7, 8 different tornadoes further to the west.
We had that really big, strong one there for a minute that really had me worried. I'm glad it fell apart.
Had a bunch of different tornadoes over there, and we also had a couple land spouts back over in North Dakota. So this already classifies as a tornado outbreak today.
Holy smokes. I can't believe this happened. I thought we were done. Shows you with weather. I mean, we're still in the 5% for tonight. Like Minneapolis is still in the 5% chance. So I just honestly, I didn't think we would. I mean, it happens. I've been up streaming tornadoes in Texas at 3 in the morning before. So it can happen. Just goes to show, man. Sometimes it ain't always over. Sometimes it still spins up tornadoes because that was a nasty one. And that was definitely the worst tornado we had today because it passed through some really populated areas.
I think it's become outflow dominant for the most part.
This storm passed through this big lake right here, Lake Waconia. Basically traveled northbound to I-5 here, came through.
Rochester, Minnesota. I mean, you're gonna get
And it hit these other little lakes, and it came through these subdivisions here. These subdivisions got hit.
Tornado threat lower down there.
And then it crossed Rolling Acres Road, and it went through this subdivision.
This will be the main area.
I think it lifted up after it went through this subdivision by Faith Church.
And also Jesse for becoming a member.
But we know it was on the ground for at least that long. We could see the debris signature up until about that point.
Also, thank you, Kilch, for the super chat. Once again, tornado warning is still in effect right now for the Twin Cities. We do not actively have a
What death style? Where are you at in southern Minneapolis? If you don't mind telling me, I want to pull it up.
Bloomington, that one's been still on the broader side of things. We just
Max has some street cams down there. It was really cranking down there in this one, this middle one here by oh no, he froze up. No, Max, don't freeze.
Continue to move into Richfield, Egan, eventually approaching St. Paul.
Looks like it's picking up over there a little bit.
Heights area, also going towards Woodbury. So continue to stay in your safe place. If you are in this area, get away from windows and get on the lowest floor possible. Bottom right of your screen is a live shot there from St. Paul as well. We're keeping an eye on that camera.
Siren.
Skyline view. Thank you, Platinum, for becoming a member.
We got a little pocket of rotation right here too by Little Canada. Something's going on here. Oh yeah, looks like we're having another little spin up right here. We're having a little brief spin up gust NATO by Little Canada.
Radar scan. Again, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of rotation near Minneapolis. It's mostly damaging winds right now that's moving into the Minneapolis area.
How in the world is that happening?
Further down to the south right now, back over to the south of Bloomington.
Yeah, right here we got a little knobby right here. I think we got a little spin up happening here by Little Canada.
Even then, I don't really think that's a whole lot of rotation.
Yeah, this one's looking really rough too. Max talking about we got a little inflow notch here that's spinning up. We might see another tornado in this area, and this is very populated. All right, so you guys south of Burnsville definitely need to take shelter. It's a little south of tornado warning, but we definitely have an inflow notch and a little area rotation. Let me call out this area. It's down by Burnsville.
Hey, Corona for the super chat saying in shelter, and also thank you just for the super
Where
chat.
is Burnsville? Here's Burnsville.
A new radar scan coming in right now.
Yeah, pretty much anybody in the Burnsville area, you need to get away from your windows. Doesn't look like it's going to be a really strong one, but we may see 100, 120 mile an hour gust of wind there. So stay away from your windows. Basement if you have it, but it looks like we might have another spin up happen right in here.
Thank you, Brandon, for the super chat as well. I mean, even right now, there's a lightning show.
I wonder if that was a legit spin up right there. I don't think that was. I think that was just a radar blip.
You guys are pretty much clear. Anywhere west of this line,
It looked kind of odd. I don't think that was actually a spin up. It might have been. It could be just a radar defect. But it's definitely showing up in the NROT here. Like, it's definitely showing a little pocket of rotation right here by Little Canada. I mean, I would definitely get away from, getting your basement or innermost rooms if you're by Little Canada just to be safe.
Same thing with Minnetonka. You guys are outside of the tornado warning, unless you're on, like, the very far eastern side.
Got another little pocket of rotation right here by Richfield.
Look at the wind, by the way, right over Minneapolis. Velocities are intensifying quite a bit, and that means that damaging winds is becoming a big concern for the Twin Cities.
Yeah, this is just cruising right into Minneapolis. So regardless of any tornado threat, we have 60 mile an hour wind gusts expected through the entire city of Minneapolis.
It's showing upwards of 80 mile per hour winds right over Minneapolis. We could have really high winds right now going through the Twin Cities.
Twin Cities, big winds. So look at these. Look at this blast of winds coming through here. Like this storm's really picked up here in the last hour or so. It's just screaming through.
Of a tornado. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Minneapolis.
I'm just kind of going back and watching the storm convect down here, right? There really wasn't too much here, you know. I mean, it just really picked up and tightened up, and it's just blasting through there.
80 miles per hour. Bottom middle of your screen is a live cam from near Minneapolis. But yeah, the winds could actually be as high as 70 to 80 miles.
See how these storms just picked up a lot of strength right here as it came into Minneapolis. That's insane. Look how big and strong they got.
Yeah, the winds are spreading out, but we definitely have a big surge of wind right now going right through the...
Yeah, I mean, they really pulled the act together right before it came into Minneapolis. We have a really strong line of storms coming through South Indianapolis now. Pretty much anywhere like 50 miles south of Indianapolis, you're probably going to get a big blast of wind here. Near Elko, New Market, Lakeville, Faribault, Northfield, Denison. You got some big, strong winds and line of storms coming through.
Bottom middle, bottom right of your screen. Bottom middle and bottom left are near that huge high wind area. The bottom right is a skyline.
Yeah, we really got a big. I mean, that's some strong winds coming through.
Lisa says, thanks, Max. Still a lot of light.
Got an area where it's really picking up right in here too. Right smack dab, and that's in the middle of Minneapolis. Hopefully that doesn't spin up a tornado right here. We definitely have an uptick of velocities right here. This is a little concerning. This might end up something.
The damaging wind threat has rapidly increased over the last few minutes. It was a more
Yeah. These velocities are getting a little wild in this storm.
Big wind threat since then. You can see this is a live shot here near Minneapolis.
Got a little bit of a rotation here by Bloomington. We got a little inflow notch kind of wrapping up there a little bit.
Minneapolis, and this is also another live shot where the camera is shaking a ton. It's back on 33rd.
Pretty much if you're in anywhere in Minneapolis or south of it, you definitely just want to be away from your windows.
The wind is intensifying here near Minneapolis
at this point, because it does seem like things are getting a little wild here and there. It's really hard to pinpoint where stuff's going to happen, but we just had a big, strong tornado come in through eastern areas of Minneapolis near Victoria and stuff. It was a big, strong, damaging tornado, like an EF2 plus for a while. Looks like it fell apart before it came into Minneapolis, thankfully.
Power flashes in the north side of Minneapolis.
But yeah, I keep seeing multiple little pockets of rotation all over, right?
All right, we're going to do a couple different new cameras.
At this point, we don't have anything extremely violent or anything like that going on, right? Not like we had there about 10 minutes ago. I mean, we definitely have little... We got a little bit of a rotation picking up right here by Apple Valley. You definitely want to brace for that. You might see 100-mile-an-hour gusts in Apple Valley here in a minute. Still rotating by Burnsville. That same rotation's going through Burnsville. Got a little gust NATO. Probably feeling like 100-mile gusts and winds coming through this area on brief spin-ups.
But really high winds right now going through.
That's concerning.
Likely around 60 to 65 mile per hour winds. Haven't seen anything up.
I hope that's not a tornado forming right there.
Still very strong here.
Let's go back to velocities.
Right in the Twin Cities.
It's right by Edna. That's what the tornado looked like last time. I hope that's not a tornado right there. So we got it. We got a velocity couplet right here. I hope that's not a tornado. That could be a tornado. I hope not.
Again, this tornado threat for many of you may have just came literally out of nowhere. But we've been talking about this for about an hour. Just took a while to actually materialize. That's why we stayed live. I kind of figured something would happen.
I mean, all of Minneapolis, or most of Minneapolis, is still under a tornado warning, right? So, I mean, it's there for a reason, right? They can't really pinpoint where I'm trying to pinpoint where stuff is, but we definitely have a little tight velocity couplet right here, just east of Edna, or Edina.
If we are safe, if you are anywhere to the west of this line, you guys...
Whatever it was, it's gone now, so it's probably just a big gust of wind, and you probably felt like a 100-mile-an-hour wind there, east of Edina.
North of Brooklyn Park, near New Ulm, Shakopee.
All right, we got another little brief spin up happening down here by Sunfish Lake. 100-mile-an-hour gust of wind probably near Sunfish Lake.
It can send debris flying as well. Power lines could fall down. You know, you definitely want to.
These winds are maintaining a lot of strength down here, though, still in the south of Minneapolis.
On the terminal radar site, dropping down to the south, and I do think the majority of these storms have become outflow dominant.
Yeah, these velocities are definitely like it. We got some strong winds here. And look, this is, we're only 900 feet up, right? So it's basically, yeah, almost on the ground right here, these velocities. So if it says this high of velocities at 900 feet, it's most likely that basically like 60-mile-an-hour winds on the ground as well. We're so close to the radar site. Yep, here's our mile per hours here. So pretty much anybody in the orange. Like, yeah, we have like a 70-mile-an-hour gust of wind right here south of Falcon Height. All this orange is like 60. Our red's like 40 to 50 mile an hour. We're getting big blasts of winds all through here.
Again, if you're anywhere, I'll also draw the line closer to the Minneapolis metro, but basically west of this line, you guys are good. So Plymouth, westbound, Rockford, Minnetonka, Chanhassen.
See if we got any kind of 3D view on this storm yet. Man, this storm is just a big old meanie. We're getting a little bit more of a view of it. Look at this spaghetti noodle velocity mess here. Looks like a bowl of spaghetti. Now you see how we're having all these little spin ups. You can literally see where little spin ups happen right in there. Have one right in there. That's why we're getting all these 100-mile-an-hour gusts of winds all over the place. Let me turn up the velocities a little bit more.
And the wind is beginning to pick up here quite a bit. You can see how strong the winds are. This definitely looks closer to 60 to 70 mile per hour.
Trying to thin it out a little bit. These are basically little velocity noodles all up inside this storm right now that's coming over Minneapolis.
Right now back over in St. Paul.
Yeah, I mean, you can easily get like 100-mile-an-hour gust of wind out of any one of these little noodles in here. Man, we have all kinds of little pockets of velocity in the storm. Holy smokes, look at that.
My family feel much more informed. I'm glad I can help Colby.
The winds are cranking there.
All right,
that camera's getting a power wash right now.
They also payo for the $5 super chat.
What kind of spaghetti do I eat, man? I love all kinds of spaghetti.
I'm pretty sure we're the only covered stream here on YouTube today.
You ever had chili spaghetti? It's from Ohio. Look at those trees blowing in the background. That tree just getting blown all over the place back there.
The Midwest and also back into the central/northern plains. It's been a very active day, no doubt about that. The tornado warning has now officially ended here for Minneapolis, but we still have a severe warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds for St. Paul, Minneapolis, going towards Woodbury and Cottage Grove and Eagan. So continue to stay in your safe place. Just stay away from windows at least. You don't have to be like, hunkered down with a mattress over top of you now, but definitely stay away from windows. We still have 60-mile-per-hour winds here, moving to the east. But the tornado warning has now officially ended for Minneapolis. This is back over in St. Paul, where the winds are likely around 60 to potentially upwards of 70 miles per hour.
That's weird that one tree's blowing around, but that one big one right there isn't hardly moving at all. Maybe that's not a tree.
Much appreciated. No problem at all. Thank you also to Dylan for the $5 super chat. I think the tornado risk from here is very low because all the storms, for the most part, are now outflow dominant.
Good job, bro, Chris. I think it's good in LA, though.
Literally the last 10 minutes.
Still got a lot of velocities, though, coming right through downtown Minneapolis. I'm going to stay alive at least till this thing moves out of Indianapolis. Make sure we don't get another tornado warning soon.
For calling that well ahead of time. We were talking about this potentially happening over an hour ago, and it literally ended up happening. So. Thank you also RLM for the super chat.
I'm so glad Chris is playing along so well. Oh, they're turning the camera. Holy crap, look at that sideways rain. That is nuts. That is so cool looking. I had chicken nuggets while I turned the stream off. It was they're fake chicken nuggets. What's that company that makes no meat foods or whatever? I've never been a fan of any kind of fake meat foods, but they actually are pretty good. I wanted to try them one time. Walmart had a sale on these meatless chicken nuggets, and they were good.
It's also another live shot back over on I-35 westbound at Diamond Lake Road, back over near Minneapolis.
Let me check our in-rod again. See if I see any more little couplets.
Yeah, the St. Paul camera looks pretty crazy.
And I got a little spin up here. Nothing too too crazy.
I was out chasing in South Dakota. I was horrified to see my hometown, Minneapolis.
Doesn't look bad at all right now, other than just big winds. Not really seeing any more little velocity couplets anywhere in Minneapolis.
It is passing by Minneapolis again. You guys still should be at least away from windows.
Just one little spot right here, but there's really no storm over there. Probably just a little gust of wind out here out in front.
This little blue line here is the outflow boundary. And almost no storm is even close to that outflow boundary anymore. So with that said, when this outflow boundary gets way ahead of the storms, that usually will diminish our tornado threat unless the storms can catch back up.
I can't believe we just had that big tornado, though.
So the damaging wind threat is really the main thing that is taken over now.
Go back to that one more time. I was just saying the storm was coming into Minneapolis here. Yeah, it started back here by Waconia.
What's happening over in St. Paul right now.
Yeah, it really started to ramp up right here. Just south of St. Bonifacius. Yeah, we pretty much had a strong tornado go all the way from here about to around here, and then it lifted up. Yeah, it basically made it all the way to about here, from here to here. Right in between, it was like I-5 and, hopefully nobody got hurt. I really hope nobody got hurt. This was really late at night, so I don't think a lot of people were sleeping. But yeah, the tornado pretty much went between 5 and 7. Basically went through 5 and 7, right in between here. Luckily, it didn't continue its way on the ground through Minneapolis. But yeah, I lost coverage of it right here. This is where the radar cuts off the inlet. But yeah, we can still see it on the velocity scans. This is the tornado we just had. And it basically made it. I mean, we had debris signatures too here. So some houses definitely got hit, sadly. Yeah, this is where it was doing damage on the ground here. You can see it basically went to about here, and that's when it fell apart and lifted up. Luckily, it didn't come through Minneapolis itself, because I mean, there's tons of houses there. I got radar Omega 2 on my phone, but I hardly use it anymore.
In the southern metro, so it doesn't appear tornadoes are likely in the core metro anymore. Therefore, the tornado warning expired. Basically, what we were talking about, but yeah, just reiterating that also from them.
We're definitely seeing some upper end velocities here.
Prior Lake. As of
70 to 80 knots, so we're probably seeing upwards of 60, 70 mile an hour winds here near St. Paul, West St. Paul, and Mendota Heights.
See how much lightning there is? Look how fast all the clouds are moving there on the right too, but look at all the lightning. And if you guys have any photos or videos, you can add us on Twitter at MaxVelocityWX.
Yeah, these winds are still staying pretty strong. Holy smoke. Seems like the winds keep getting stronger.
Scale discussion from the Storm Prediction Center. This one's going to be back over in Minnesota, Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, back into western Wisconsin. The potential for severe wind gusts will continue over the next few hours. A brief tornado is also possible. That's from Eau Claire all the way back up towards just east of Valentine there in Nebraska. Up to 80-mile-per-hour damaging winds is still possible. They have actually upgraded the tornado wind probabilities up to 115. Initially, it was only 95 or less, so there's still a potential maybe for a brief strong tornado. We end up having a strong tornado just west of Minneapolis, and then also up to half-dollar size tail is also possible. Also, as a reminder, you guys should not be going outside or standing by windows to record videos during a tornado warning. Even though we have gotten some of those videos, just definitely
got a little velocity cover right
Not
here
safe,
just north of Lilydale.
nighttime.
We got another one up here south of Grant. But they were just saying, it said they moved basically the brief spin up tornado up to 115 miles an hour. So basically where we see any of these velocity couplets, that's where you might see up to like it'd be just like a gust of wind up to 115 miles an hour. You wouldn't see a tornado, but
and stuff like that.
basically that's what you would be getting, a big blast of wind in these areas.
Isaac for the $5 super chat. My mom and sisters are in Shakopee. Thank you for keeping them safe. Much respect to you. No problem at all. I'm glad I could help. Also, thank you, Lisa, for becoming a member.
Looks like one's starting up right here, too. Looks like we have a little pattern here. Velocity couplets. And now they're gone. Now we got one down here by Mendota Heights again. So we might be having another little blast of wind down here by Mendota Heights.
I mean, again, we were talking about this. We've already mentioned it multiple times. But we did talk about this potential thing happening like an hour before it actually happened. So fortunately, it did happen, and we end up having probably, I think, about 4 or 5 different tornadoes. We were able to spot at least 5. I think we at least spotted 4 tornadoes on radar. I'd have to go back and look, but I saw like 5 or 6 different debris signatures, I'm pretty sure, but I have to verify that.
Hennepin put out sirens. St. Paul. Did you lose power, AJ? We had a lot of power outages out in that county today. Hold on. I saw like 3 spin-up tornadoes.
We are still looking at damaging winds around 60 miles
per hour. It was in Morrison County. There's 3,800 people lost power out there.
Diminished for the
It wasn't St. Paul, I don't think.
Yeah, if you're in the Twin Cities, you guys got like
St. Cloud. Yeah, St. Cloud's where we had a bunch of.
There's a lot of lightning.
We had a bunch of spin-up tornadoes there, like about an hour or 2 ago. Took out a bunch of power.
Still plenty of lightning. The winds have gotten way calmer over here in St. Paul now.
Not St. Paul.
As a reminder,
St.
if you are new
Cloud's
to
where
the
we
channel,
saw the
make sure to
spin-ups.
subscribe down below. We do live streams like this all the
Still
time.
windy, though. You still got a lot of big winds there in St.
We have a
Paul
lot
right
more
now.
severe weather upcoming for the Midwest.
The
over
wind
next
should
few
be
weeks as we
easing up
continue
here
to get
soon
closer to
once
peak
the
of
storm
severe
passes
weather
through.
season for the Midwest and the northern and central plains. We will be
I'm
your
sorry, yeah,
one-stop
AJ.
shop
I
for
thought you.
severe
I
weather coverage, so
thought
make
it
sure
was
you're
St.
subscribed to
Cloud,
the
not
channel,
St.
click the bell
Paul. That's where
icon
we
so
had the
you're notified
tornadoes
with the
earlier.
latest updates.
We did just have a
You can
tornado
also follow
though.
us on Facebook and Twitter at Max Velocity WX. Those links are down below, and you
Just
can
had a
also
tornado
join
out
our
here,
Discord server, which is also linked in the
Just
description.
west by St. Boniface and Victoria and
I recommend you
Shorewood. We
guys
had a
check that
tornado
stuff
pass
all
through
out.
here about 10,
We've been
15
here
minutes
pretty
ago.
much for every Midwest event. The only one we were not here for was when my internet was out a few days ago, but that will not hopefully happen again.
How windy is it there right now, AJ? Is it blowing pretty good?
Been watching the stream since like 8 o'clock tonight. This stream's been crazy. Outside of this, I mean, again, we had
That
huge
looks a little
tornadoes earlier in
concerning there.
today's stream. We had 2 huge tornadoes in the first like 3 hours of the stream.
Yeah, yeah. We got a little
After
velocity
that, it
couplet
was a
right
little
here
bit quieter
near
for a little
Cottage
bit, and
Grove.
then the tornado threat ramped right back up back over near Minneapolis. So
Man, these winds are just cranking all over.
pretty crazy. Hey, Matthew and also Susan for becoming members.
Same thing
The
here,
11
just
months for
west of
Susan.
Maplewood. We're probably gonna see a little blast of wind.
Got
Just
intense
west of
pretty quick.
Maplewood.
Yeah, it got intense very quickly. That is for sure.
And there's another one by New Brighton,
Looks like
Arden
a
Hills.
huge line of storm
Man, we're seeing
stretching from
all
almost
kinds of
Duluth
little
all the way
velocity
back
couplets in the
into
storm still.
Sioux Falls. It's a little bit broken between, you know, there's basically
Let's
3
take a
different
look at
segments
3D
of
view of
storms.
the
We got
storm
one over
again.
near Sioux Falls that's all strong storms, another one near Minneapolis, and another one north of Eau Claire.
Yeah, I'm in Ohio. I live in Ohio.
Hey,
20
Scott, for the
years in
$20 super
Ohio
chat.
and 20
Thank you for what you
years
do.
in
No problem at all.
Florida.
Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for the
Or like
generosity.
23 years in Ohio.
Thunder is crazy here. There is tons of lightning. Where were you when I need you on Wednesday? My internet was out. I think. Is that Wednesday? I don't know what today is.
Yeah, that's probably where we're having
I
another
don't remember
little
what today is.
blast of wind right there. You can see a
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah,
area
unfortunately, my
rotation
internet
dropping
was out.
down
I
right
already made
here and back
announcements
here.
about
That's
that.
probably where we're
But
seeing
again,
those
that will
gusts
hopefully
of like
not be an issue in the
115
future.
mile an hour
We're moving
winds
into a
there.
new studio next week, so we're gonna have internet that should really never go down at all. So we really should not have issues streaming from here on out, unless like my
Yep.
computer fried or something, which is very hard to have happen. Pretty rare. Hey, Cashy for the $5 super chat. Is there any storms for tomorrow in Minnesota? Probably not. Maybe no, probably not. No.
Yeah, we're having another little velocity
highly
couple
doubt
right
it.
here by
Next chance
Shoreview.
for severe weather in Minnesota after today will
Big blast of wind
probably
right here,
be
Shoreview, New
on
Brighton, right in
Thursday,
between it.
So around the 4th of July. After today, I've already kind of talked about this. This is
Again,
tomorrow's
Stillwater.
outlook for severe weather. We got a large slight risk from Wisconsin back into Wyoming and western Nebraska.
So they
And
said
that does
max
technically
like
include
150
southeastern
mi-
Minnesota, so we may see
115
an
mile
isolated
gust
severe
of wind
storm or two
basically from
tomorrow.
one of these
There's
little
no
brief
tornado
spin
risk right
outs
now
here.
for tomorrow. I don't see any
Other than that,
definitive
yeah, they're
areas where
basically
we'd
just
see a
saying
tornado. They
60
may
mile an
issue
hour
a
wind
tornado
gusts
outlook
and
at some
small
point
hail.
in the near future if we have a more definitive corridor where we could have like a mesoscale tornado somewhere. And then on Monday, we have another threat further east, a large marginal across the Midwest in the Ohio Valley. And then after that, we don't have any outlooks. But honestly, I think the next chance of severe weather for the Midwest will be probably on Thursday
the
or Friday.
airport?
So
That looks
right
like
around the
the
4th of
airport.
July. After today's stream, I think the
It's like
next
we got a
legit
blast of
chance
wind
for a
coming
live
over the
stream would
airport
probably
there.
be around
Still by
the 4th
Mendota.
of July or just after the 4th of July. So we'll have another big trop ejection, I think, late next week back over in the Midwest and the Northern Plains, and that's probably the next actual stream.
It's a very interesting storm
Hey,
here.
Natalie, for becoming a member, and also Randy for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for the generosity. Also, thank you, Christina, for the super chat. Can everyone be severe weather 3 for the 4th of July? I hope so. I am not confident, though, that that's going to happen this year.
Yeah, this is GR2 analyst. Let me link our
I've been looking at the
Discord.
models, like, I think we're going to have a chance at a trop
you wanna join our
ejection right
Discord,
around the 4th of July. And so that is possible.
We have all of the apps we use. I use GR2. I use I don't really use Radar Omega anymore, but I use Weatherwise.
future
There's a
radar
couple
action
different
for
apps. I
you.
use Zoom Earth.
The European model has at least a severe weather event on the 4th of July in the northern
But if you want to
plains,
join
and
our
then a more
Discord, it's
potentially,
100% free.
significant one on
Burnsville?
Saturday, and then that would be like a 2-day event, and then after that doesn't really show a whole lot right now. And
Is
then
it
the GFS
Burnsville,
model
Minnesota.
shows pretty much the same thing, but just a more broad area of severe storms possible on Friday, Saturday. Overall, I don't think
I
there's
thought
a
I
whole lot
just
of
seen a
chance
little
of streams
velocity
this upcoming
couplet.
week,
Do you
but
live
that
in
would-
Burnsville?
that
Did
would be
you
like
just
one
get
of the
hit by a big
days.
blast of wind?
We're going to talk more about this, by the way, in tomorrow's video, but yeah, our next shortwave trough would probably be around Friday or Saturday. So we'll talk about that in our
Yeah,
next
we just
next
If
video.
you got hit by a big blast of wind, we had a velocity
Good
couplet
shout out
over
to
Burnsville
Chris
not too long
Carey
ago.
for the $100 super chat. Just an average day for Max, saving lives.
Yeah,
as he
right here.
does.
See
Studies
this?
in chat for Carey. Really appreciate the
We had
generosity.
a big blast of
Tina
wind
also
come
for
through
becoming a
Burnsville.
member.
Probably about 10 minutes ago. I don't know if you
Velocities and
remember
Mark
getting
for the
hit
super
by
chat,
that.
where I
But
based him out of
if you're
Florida.
asking, we did have a big blast of wind
Thank
come
Grace
through
also becoming a
Burnsville.
member, and Tot for the super chat.
You can see it right here. It came right through Burnsville, right through here.
Any updates for Wisconsin?
Did it get pretty bad in Burnsville, Ben?
I mean, there's nothing severe as of right now. That could always change, but most of the storms are outflow dominant.
I mean, the
I really
worst
don't
of it's
think they're
pretty
gonna
much
last
past
much
Burnsville,
longer
right?
For Wisconsin, if any severe
You're
weather
literally
comes
at the
out
back
this, it'd
end
be
of the
mainly
storm
damaging
now.
winds at this point. There's a very off chance that we get an isolated tornado, especially in this area near
So it should
Owatonna,
be
back
calming
through
down.
Red
You
Wing
shouldn't
and
see
Rochester,
anything
but
severe
likely be
after
a brief
this.
tornado if we were
It
to
looks
see
like we have a lot of
So-
rain behind you. It's probably going to rain in Minneapolis all night. Good Lord. Yeah, it's probably going to rain in
Another video
Minneapolis
sent
for the
in to us
next
from
6
Brian
to 8
Sullivan
hours,
back over
probably,
in
looking at this.
Farmington, Minnesota.
Oh,
The
see?
lightning out in the
Yeah.
distance. If you have any photos or videos, you can send them.
It wasn't the red, but yeah, I can show you again what literally just came through Burnsville.
Clips of lightning here.
Basically, what you experienced was like a little QLCS spin up. Just a little tiny baby tornado that spins up real fast.
It'll be for Pierce County, Wisconsin, and then
Can't really
other
see it on
counties,
the
Minnesota.
radar that well,
Probably
but
what's happening near Minneapolis right now, but that'll be
yeah,
for
right
60
here.
mile
This is
per
the
hour
little
damaging
velocity
winds that'll
couple
pop
that
up here in a
passed through
moment.
Burnsville.
So that's Hudson, Stillwater,
I don't know
Woodbury,
if I can
Cottage
see it
Grove,
on
and
here.
River Falls.
Yeah, you
Just
can't
stay
even
away
really
from
see it on the
windows,
velocity radar,
especially
but
if you
the
are near
INROT can
trees,
show
you
you.
should be on the lowest floor
It's
possible.
basically just the front of the storm, and it's just like rolling over really fast like this, so it multiplies the wind speeds.
Thank you, Michael, for
That's
the
what you
$10 super
felt.
chat. Wondering if Inver Grove is safe.
But yeah, I can't even see it on the. I can't see it on the velocity, but I can definitely see it on the INROT what came through
I'm
Burnsville.
guessing that's what we're talking about right there. That's mostly just going to be wind. Tornado threat is basically zero.
I hope the tornado threat's zero now.
Sounds like I'm in a car wash.
Sounds like you
That
said
is one
the
way to
car
describe it.
wash. So we're having a bunch of crazy winds up here by Somerset now.
Yeah, basically a free car wash anywhere from northwest Wisconsin. all
Stuff's
the way back
rotating
into
like crazy
Sioux
up here.
Falls. It's a W. Car wash action. Once again, today basically classifies as a tornado outbreak, and yeah, we again had a bunch of different tornadoes. Bunch just west of the Twin Cities, and then we also had some back over in South Dakota. We had a couple over in North Dakota earlier today. And an active
We had
day
a
of
ton of
severe weather.
tornadoes today.
Hey, Michael, for the
Well, it's
super
looking pretty
chats.
good.
Good evening. Haven't missed a stream. Was wondering if Inver Grove. Oh, I already answered that.
Wait
Never
like a couple more minutes. Make sure nothing else
mind.
goes
Inver Grove, you're
goes
looking at
bad
mainly
here.
wind. Other than that, tornado threat's basically zero. We've had 5 different tornadoes reports at least pop up here. I think all these are TDS signatures. Yeah, they have 5 different TDS signatures that they've now
Burnsville
put on
just got a
the,
severe thunderstorm
reports
alert
here.
with sirens right
There's
now.
actually a train spotter that reported a tornado near Hydes Lake, so that's one. So basically, 5 different tornadoes at least happened west of Minneapolis, all at around the same time. That was within about 15 to 20
Burnsville should
minutes
be
of each other.
done. Are we looking at
We
the
had
same
about 5
Burnsville?
or 6 different tornadoes. I think we had 6
I mean, you
or
literally
7,
got
actually,
you
'cause I
got
think
the
we had
clearest.
one
It's
more
going to be in
south
Burnsville
of
right now.
212, and then maybe another one outside of that.
Are you serious? They're
Peace out,
just
for the
now
$10
pulling the
super chat.
sirens on Burnsville.
Wasika,
They're a little late.
Minnesota.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
you-
if you're
pretty much
back
right.
here,
Just looking
maybe
at gusty winds down
you're
there.
still in this part of Burnsville. But yeah, the storm's
All right,
pulling
Riley
out of
has an
Burnsville.
update. Go ahead, Riley.
But we did have a little
Hey,
velocity
Max,
couple
so
that came
this
through
is just
Burnsville.
a recap on all of our
Let me go
storm
back, all
reports
right?
for the day. So obviously, tornadoes kind of stole the show today. Although we
Back
did
when
have
the
over
tornado warning was
150
going. Hold on,
wind
let me turn
reports
them
across
down.
the country. The East Coast was actually really active today, even though we didn't talk much about it.
All right, so about 10 minutes ago, we had a little velocity couplet come through Burnsville. But that was about 10 minutes ago. The storm's pretty much passed through, you know. We had one here, and then we had one here, both places. So we did have some big blasts, probably up to like 115 mile an hour gust of wind come through Burnsville, but that was a couple minutes ago. We should be good now. Look, the storm's moved on. So you should be good in Burnsville now. Except I just lost. Where did Burnsville go? There it is. Yeah. So it's clear in Burnsville now. Yeah. Did Minneapolis get hit by the derecho last week? Or I think it all went north of you guys. Let me see if we have any new power outages. Oh, yeah. Holy smokes, guys. 33,000 houses without power in Hennepin County. That's Minneapolis, right? Is that Hennepin? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's... I can't believe 33,000 people just lost power from this. There was a lot of little spin-up gusts there, so... all those little areas of couplets I was telling you about, man, they knocked out a lot of power. Holy smokes, guys. 33,000 houses, not people. Houses lost power in Hennepin. And 5,000 houses lost power in Anoka. And 2,400 in Carver. 1,700 houses in Wright County. Holy smokes. Yeah, those couplets were nasty. So you guys got hit pretty hard. This was more than just 60-mile-an-hour winds. You guys had a lot of like 115-mile-an-hour bursts of wind there in those little rotation couplets there. That's a lot. I'm surprised the storm took that many people's houses out. Like, unreal. Hopefully they get that all fixed up fast for you. That's a big city. There's a lot of people live there. But yeah, there's actually... Hennepin County has 613,000 houses and 33,000 lost power from what just came through. I mean, and it's still in town, kind of. I mean, it's still on the eastern side of town, but I don't know if we're gonna... pretty much anything that's gonna be big blast of winds has moved out. It's gonna be happening up here now. So we're getting big blast of winds up here by Somerset and New Richmond now. And then Rye Falls, got another big blast of wind coming in right here. We shouldn't see any more of those big blast of winds in Minneapolis anymore. That's good. I'm glad you still have power. You're a few blocks from Lakeville, Nikki P. Welcome to stream, by the way. Anybody in the stream lose power? Just saying it should be much lower. Yeah, I'm hoping nobody got hurt. The only one I'm really concerned about is the one that basically went up through here. I hope everybody's okay on that. I don't think anybody got hurt in Minneapolis, but the people that got hit out here, where was that again? I'll show that one more time before I shut down the stream. Yeah, right through St. Boniface. This is where we had the bad tornado right here. This happened about 30 minutes ago. Yeah. We had an inflow notch right here. The tornado wrapped up right here. It basically came all the way through St. Boniface here. It actually was a little bit more south. It stayed between 5 and 7, and it ended around here around Shorewood. That's where we just had a bad tornado. It was a bad one. This was really strong. It wasn't a little weak spin up, right? There's our report right here. TDS confirmed. That says confirmed via radar. I mean, this storm was extremely violent right here. I mean, these were really strong velocities here. Just straight south of St. Boniface. And that happened 30 minutes ago. And it basically cruised through town here. I lost view of it right here. But yep, we can still see it on our velocity scans. You can see it right here. And it also has a debris signature here. Like, we can see all the damage it did. This is actually debris that was lofted up in the air. So hopefully everybody's okay that got hit by this tornado right here. This was the bad one we just had. That's why I came back live again. And this is National Weather's right here. This is the National Weather Office. That's where the radar is. So it came really close to the radar site. And you can see how big the debris ball was here, just north Northwest of Victoria. This thing did a lot of damage. So I really hope all these people are okay that got hit by this. Because this definitely did some damage, some severe damage to some houses. Luckily, then it picked up here shortly after. See, it's kind of weakening here. And then it kind of picked up after that. Then it was gone. You can still see it a little bit here. I think that was the one behind it. But yeah, that's basically what we just dealt with. Luckily, Minnesota. Then the whole storm just came through our Minneapolis after that. Yeah, we saw a bunch of little velocity couplets there inside the storms that went through Minneapolis. And we're pretty much back to where it's at right now. Pretty much anybody that's out here in the front of this still, that you're really the only people that really need to be worried about anything. So if you're in front of this storm, you have, a possibility of seeing another 115 mile an hour gust of wind out here, right? You live out here by Rye Falls, Baldwin, Spring Valley, Elmwood, Knapp. Just be prepared if you're still awake. Anybody's even living in this area right now that's awake, right? That's really where our only threat's going to be. But that's pretty much it. I think we're done, guys. Why is there a cone of science at the next weather service? What, you talking about the circle? The circle that's around it? It's just too close to the radar. Yeah, 90s vibe. I'm attracted to storms too. I understand what you're talking about. I love supercells are so beautiful. I don't know what it is. Actually, before I go, I just uploaded, let me show you the Hail NATO we had earlier. I just uploaded this on YouTube. I was literally uploading it while we were, right before I went live. Ginormous Hail NATO out here in the middle of nowhere. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I just wanted to make a video of this because I've never seen anything like this before. I thought it was just hail contamination, but I'm almost positive there's a tornado here in the middle of the bad. Look at that. Did you see that? Literally a rain-wrapped or hail-wrapped tornado as it came in here. Literally like an ice shredder of hail. That's absolutely insane. This happened in South Dakota today. I've never seen anything like that before. We had a big giant tornado with hail wrapped completely around it. Basically like an ice blender. Unreal. It happened in the middle of nowhere, south of Kadoka, but that was so neat. That happened about 5 hours ago or so. I just uploaded on YouTube though. Rochester, let me check real quick before I shut down the stream. Everything's right out here. I'm not sure where Rochester is. So I gotta pull it up for you. And of course, if these storms start dropping tornadoes again, yes, I will be live. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully we're done. Rochester. So, okay, there's a bunch of winds coming down through. You see this blue line up here? When this storm gets to you, you might have some like 60 mile an hour gusts of winds, but that's about it, right? It's going to be real quick and over with. It might fall apart before it gets there, right? But we do have some strong winds coming out in front of the storm. It's not even severe warned right now, but it's definitely windy, right? So yeah, I can't even, we don't have a severe warning on it, but if this makes it to Rochester, which it's probably going to go north of you, you just might see like 60 mile an hour winds for maybe like a minute or two, and that's it. But we have a ton of rain coming tonight, right? Lots and lots of rain. And if these storms make it to you, they'll probably be pretty heavy, but like our tornado threat's supposed to be done with pretty much, right? Like I said, if we have any big tornadoes or anything, I will be back, but Rochester, you should be good. Just some wind, maybe a little bit of rain here, maybe a lot of rain. But our tornado threat should be just about over. Just another day for this guy. All right, guys, I really appreciate everybody stopping in. Like, subscribe, whatever. Join our YouTube or Discord. I just linked our Discord channel. If you're, we see anything bad, we got a bunch of weather people in there talking about stuff. Just hop in the Discord and we'll be in there. And thanks again for watching, guys. I will see you later. Have a safe night.